Hey friends, Jeff here with mixpractice.com and missionmusician.com. Today I'm continuing on my 31 mix tricks in 31 days. I have a 5-minute video for you on a super cool, super easy trick that will help your low end immensely. So let's get started. All right, so one of my favorite tricks is, and this isn't a sexy trick, but is using high pass filtering on almost every track. And I generally use it on every track. So what is high pass filtering? Let me open a stock EQ here. Now, you'll have this on your stock EQ that comes with your DAW. It's usually a feature on most EQs. Some have it, some don't, but for the most part, that you should have it. All right, so, and you'll definitely have it on your stock EQ. High-pass filtering, if you look over here, HPF, is just a filter, a EQ curve, that rolls off the low end, right? So we just take that and roll off the low end. Well, why is it called a high-pass filter? Well, because it lets the high end pass through and it cuts the low. So you'll hear people refer to it as either a high-pass filter or a low-cut filter. I just generally refer to it as a high-pass filter, okay? But know that I'm cutting out the lows. So what's the big deal about using a high-pass filter? Well, you use a high-pass filter to clear out the low end so your kick and your bass guitar will have space, right? We're clearing all this space out for the kick and the bass guitar. If we were to leave the guitars, the vocals, whatever instruments, you know, maybe the overheads, the toms, whatever, if we leave all this without a high-pass filter in, it'll have some rumble down there. It will muddy up the mix, okay? It'll make the mix sound muddy. You won't have a well-defined low end. And that's very important in modern mixing, to have a well-defined bottom end. So I want to just play this for you, and I'm going to tell you right up front, this is pretty subtle, but if you listen for it, you can really hear the mix clean up in the low end. All right, it's not one of those dramatic things, but it definitely helps. So I have a high-pass filter on the sub-mix. I have it on the vocal bus, the lead vocal and the background vocals. I have it on a guitar bus. Whoa. And if we go down here, actually, let me clear these solos out here. If we go down here, you'll see I have it on a kick bus and on a snare bus, on the bass guitar, and on the other drum elements. Now, you may be wondering, why do you have it on the kick and the bass? Well, the kick, I don't want any sub-frequencies. This is a rock song. It's not a rap song or EDM. So I don't want any sub-frequencies down below 30, somewhere in there. On the bass guitar, I'm rolling up to about 70 because I want to leave that space for my kick from 70 below. All right, so the bass doesn't interfere too much with that. All right, so let's just listen to what this does on a mix. And by the way, this is not mixed. I have 2 plugins on here because these are DI guitars, so I have to have something on there to kind of replicate a guitar. All right, so let's go. I'm going to turn them off. Oops. Help if I select all the tracks. Come back here. Trying to hurry here, and let me turn these off. All right, here we go. Like you know. Did you hear how that cleaned up? It got less muddy. So let me just show you how I set this up. Specifically, let's do guitars. Let me solo these guitars, and let me go to the guitar bus really quickly here. And how I generally do this, this is just a one band, that's why it looks different, is I will roll it up to whatever instrument I'm mixing sounds thin, and then I'll back it back down. So here we go. All right, so it starts sounding thin around 140. Let's try that again. All right, so 140, it sounds thin to me. So I'm going to back it down to maybe 120, 130, somewhere in there. All right, now listen to the difference when I bypass this and bring it in. Listen to the low end of the guitar. You hear all that resonating down low? You don't generally need anything on a guitar 100 hertz and below, generally. Now, if we're talking about baritone guitars, maybe a little bit different on that. But generally speaking, you don't need anything below 100 hertz on guitar. You can hear all this flub. Now, I didn't make the guitar sound a whole lot thinner, right? They just sound cleaner without that flub down there. Okay, so that's it for this mix tip. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like these videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow in another video. 31 mix tips in 31 days. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.